Dr. Hovind's House of Horrors, starring Kent Hovind, Matt Powell, Brett Keane, Olive, with Stephen Bowlin as Proverbs guy. Tonight's episode: Jesus, America's salvation.
All right, tell them about your ministry and carrying the cross and all that stuff. What do you do?
I'm an evangelist, and way back in 1990, the Lord Jesus appeared to me in a dream, and he showed me to carry the cross, and he's been sending me now for 33 years around the world. I've got about 50 crosses around the globe.
All right, well, show us how you do that. You got a wheel on the back there?
Yep. I just take this cross.
I'll repeat it so they can hear.
Made out of 2x4s. Whoa! And I
take the
get
cross
it on my shoulder. It's got a little wheel.
It's got a wheel on it.
The sign says Jesus, America's salvation. And I walk through the streets of whatever cities the Lord directs me to. Now, he just recently showed me in a vision to go to Austin and Dallas, Texas. And tomorrow I'll be heading that way.
All right. Well, thank you, brother.
Yep.
I heard you got some sinners over there in Texas, so be careful, okay? Yeah. Amen. That's pretty cool. You got crosses you can pick up and carry. Awesome. With a wheel on the bottom. That's a pretty cool idea. Yeah, vår det står det till idag. Oofta. Hey there, fella. Yeah, there. Okay. With Dr. Kent, the science gent. Even have the cup to prove it. They don't like calling me doctor. Too bad. Okay, I earned it. We flip this thing over all the time here for people to see. And I'll do it one more time. Maybe Mr. Nelson will get it this time. Look at this. It forms multiple layers. The layers are not different ages. They're all in the jar at the same time. Billy, go out and slap that peacock, would you? If you shake up a jar of dirt, sand, gravel, clay, and water, it'll separate into layers. You can flip these things over and make 10 or 15 or 20 layers in a few minutes. Doesn't take millions of years. Get a sand art toy. I'm starting at the 19-minute mark. There's some French guy doing this talking here. Ready? No audio. Help me out. What? I don't understand. There's no audio. I didn't touch a thing. You turned it down here? No. What about the human shoe print where the guy had stepped on a trilobite? I asked an atheist one time, how could you get obviously a human shoe print, on top of a trilobite? He said, well, maybe aliens visited the planet 500 million years ago. Oh, there are 3 heavens in the Bible. First heaven where the birds fly, we call that the atmosphere. Second heaven where the stars are, we call that outer space. Third heaven where God lives. I'm going there one day, okay? There's a war going on, soldier. I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand a post. If you're not going to shoot, at least carry bullets. Pay for the bullets or take care of the wounded. Do something to get in this war. But these guys that teach this, they talk about the Cenozoic and Jurassic, and none of that exists. It's all baloney. All of that is really good evidence for the flood. Think you're going to feel real stupid judgment day when God shows you the video and said, why did you teach this crazy geologic column? Here's what happened. Oh, and you might be ruining somebody's faith. I'd hate to do that. Stand before God.
And he also went on to post a picture of his 2-year-old son in high heels with a caption that said, Tucker chose to slay this morning. Now, this is just more proof that the transgender folks that can't figure out what gender they are, they're so delusional that they're not safe around kids. To take away the opportunity of your spouse who thought that she married a man and pump yourself full of estrogen, make yourself look sickly and disgusting, and then turn around and divorce her and tell your child that you're being your happiest self, tell the world you're being your happiest self, all the while rejecting your actual self, is so selfish that I can't even come up with words to describe how I personally feel about it. The only word that really comes to my mind is grotesque. It's reprehensible that you would do that to a woman. It's reprehensible that any man would say that he is a woman, dress like a woman, and insult the entire group of women that live in this planet. But of course he says that he's going to be his happiest self for his son. But he's going to castrate himself and no longer be a father figure, something that every child needs. How is the child going to feel every day when he has to wake up to two moms? If somebody in my family decided to castrate themselves, leave their spouse, become a second mother to the child that they have, and, play this game of charades and pump themselves full of estrogen, I would immediately condemn it, because that's what a true friend would do. And if you'd be honest with him and tell him that he should not pump himself full of estrogen and mutilate his body, that would be the loving thing to do. But to sit back and just watch your friend destroy his existence and destroy his wife and child in the process, that's really sad.
One day your kitten is going to die. One day your little puppy dog is going to die. If we do a job, we expect to get paid. If we work, if we suffer, if we struggle, if we fight, we expect that we want something at the end of the day, right? What kind of idiot busts his ass and does a bunch of shit and doesn't expect to get anything? If somebody offers you delicious candy and says all you have to do is just simply believe in me and the candy that I give you, why wouldn't you take it? Unless you're an asshole or something. People like yourself continue to fuck up anyway. I didn't just wake up as a baby one day and all of a sudden inherently know every fucking thing. You get a lot of these prostitutes and these hookers and whores out here. They wonder why it is that their lives are so fucking hard. They're putting themselves out in the street. They're standing out in the cold and they're waiting for a John to come along. And then they wonder why they get cut up or why they get beat up or why the bad things happen to them. A man will go out with a woman that he knows has been with many men and women and all this kind of stuff, knows that the person that they're in a relationship with is promiscuous, not loyal, doesn't have any consideration for other people's feeling, and then at the end of the day when their fucking heart is broken, they have the audacity to go, what the fuck just happened to me? Why did this happen? Why am I fat? Because you ate too much. Why did I get beat up by these people? Because you decided to join a gang. You get in a vehicle and you decide, you know what, fuck the law. I'm going to go ahead and hit the gas. I'm going to hit the pedal to the metal. I'm going to burn rubber down the fucking highway. And the next thing you do is you find yourself in a ditch and you got a dead family member next to you because they didn't bother to have the intelligence to put on a fucking seatbelt, and you're wrapped around a fucking steering wheel. And while you're taking your last breath, you're going to actually ask yourself, why the fuck did that happen for? I'm always cracking jokes on atheists saying, hey, according to science, you come from rocks, which science actually does say that. But the truth is that we all come from rocks. We all come from material. We all come from the essence and formula of the earth. It's where God spawned us. The difference between Christians and atheists, see, Christians and Muslims agree, Jews agree on all this, but atheists come along and they say, well, I didn't evolve from the materials of the earth, and then everybody's got to look at them like the retard they are and say, well, where the fuck do you think you came from then? What's this about bestiality and homosexuality and all that? I've thought about that as well, ladies and gentlemen, because I've been asked questions about that. And I try to think of it like this. What would happen today if you were to take a person who's very feminine looking and put them into a prison? I've been looking into a lot of transgender videos lately about transgenders committing crime and then being put in prison. What would happen if you didn't have the guards and you just had an area where you put all these people and there were some males that actually looked like women in an environment filled with criminals and bad guys? Well, they'd probably get fucked to death is probably what would happen, right? Imagine what it would be like being a guy going out into the desert trying to find some food And then you get grabbed up by a bunch of assholes who want to do dirty, nasty things for you and use you for a fucking toilet. Well, you could probably imagine at this point why it is, whether you believe mankind did it or God did it, why somebody sooner or later would write down in a book, don't fuck other people. Don't do this shit. You could imagine, right, if you were a farmer who was in your home and you heard some noises out in your stable, you go out there and you find some dirty fucking Hoosier fucking the hell out of your sheep or your cows or your moose or whatever the hell kind of animal you own, you're going to be pissed. Isn't it fucking obvious? If I'm an asshole, sooner or later I'm going to shit on my own feet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got to say. Let's turn this shit off.
Trash. You are nothing but trash, and you're going to blow away as dog shit does. You are a nothing, and you're going to shrivel up, and you're going to blow away.
Wow, why are you so angry about that? All of it was just a
He
joke.
spoke about my mother and mocked her.
I didn't think
I didn't hear that in the...
he's a
Holy
piece
crap, is
of
it Nim?
shit. He's a piece of shit. He is a nothing. He needs to blow up just as the pile of dog shit he is and blow away. And not speak about my mother who has congestive heart failure. He's not going to do it.
Wait, how did she see the video of the audio?
Shit on the floor. He needs to mock his mother.
Maybe, maybe you shouldn't push my
No,
buttons.
you need to mock him. It was him that said that his
You made
mother
fun of a
was
cancer
a
patient.
piece of
Both
shit.
of you.
Yeah,
Both of you made fun of a
Get
cancer
off
patient.
of
He had
your
ass
lip. Get
cancer,
it off.
actual fucking
Get it
colorectal
off, you
cancer.
piece of shit. You are scum.
Oh, no, it's going
You are
straight to the
so
shorts
fucking
reel. That's
scum.
probably
You are
50,000
so
views
fucking
right
scum.
there.
Take
don't
your
echo the
shit
stream,
and
man,
shove it up
seriously.
your ass.
Or
And take
what?
your mother's
Or
shit and shove
what?
it up your ass. You get my family off of your lips and off of your
Or
channel.
you're gonna
Do it.
do
I dare
what?
you. Do
What?
you have the balls? Do you have the balls? You have a child, Will, and you're gonna go and attack other families? Satan hates family. You Satan cock-sucking whore.
I mean, do you not at least have a human sense of empathy?
Or
some
you'll
kind of
do
hey,
fucking
if this happened
what?
to
Oh,
me,
go fuck
that would make me
yourself.
feel terrible.
Nothing.
Just have some
That's what
common
you'll do.
human
Yeah,
decency.
go fuck yourself sideways, you piece of shit. All you do is you attack families, and you and your fuckface Smokey Josh,
I'm getting.
the pedophile. Who
Oh, I'm
raped
getting
a
you.
little
Oh,
girl.
I'm getting all of you back.
do is
I'm gonna do
attack
worse.
people. That's all you guys do is attack innocent people. You pieces of fucking shit.